Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Legends video. My name is DFree here today. I am joined with Goresh, and today we will be talking about one of the most infamous things to come out of the anniversary. So, guys, feel free to join in on the conversation. Let us know your experience with all of this as well. This is always a touchy subject to talk about with any game, so we're going to try to cover it as best we can. But, Goresh, you want to kind of lead us off and explain what we're talking about here today and what kind of happened?
Yeah, so I'm sort of neutral on this whole thing, but just in terms of this video,
No, yeah, me
basically,
definitely. Like, I wouldn't wish for anybody to lose their accounts, of course.
yeah,
So,
absolutely, me too. So in terms of what happened was, the anniversary started, the maintenance ended, and then people began logging in, and then they noticed that they were banned from the game.
correct.
And I mean, this is just for disclosure purposes. This is our second time recording this, and I think that was actually a good thing because we've learned a lot more about what's been going on since then.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what we've been able to deduce so far is that it's mostly linked towards these discounted third-party currency sellers, aka vendors, people that have been using that to obtain chrono crystals for cheaper than they would have otherwise if they had bought them from the in-game store. So I think what's safe to say is that out of all the people who've gotten banned today, like 90 to 95% of those people were using vendors in some sense or interacted with vendors in some way. And then the
Yeah,
other 5%, I think, is just sort of just miscellaneous reasons of like
just
TOS,
various
breaking the
terms of service
TOS.
abuse. So, on
Yeah.
that subject, before we proceed, I do want to kind of read out this notice. So, for the record, guys, there is no new notice. This notice is from literally a week ago today. And they haven't said anything else about this, and honestly, I don't expect them to say anything else about this whole new quote unquote ban wave that hit after maintenance last night, right? So they say, thank you for your continued support of Legends. In order to ensure that Legends is an enjoyable and fair playing environment for all users, we are taking strict measures against those who violate the TOS or commit similarly illegitimate actions. These measures include banning accounts or device transfers. So device transfers is something that I don't know if this game does. I haven't seen it ever happen, but for the record, I have seen in other gaming communities where they'll say, okay, your account's not able to be transferred due to this reason for X number of days, for example. So I'm guessing that's what they're pertaining to there. Also, they do mention prohibited actions such as buying and selling of accounts, which if you're not technically able to give your account to your friends or anything like that, which is something that we do harmlessly, right? Maybe you run a giveaway and you give away an account. This applies to like literally all these gacha games too. You're not able to do that. You're not able to auction off your accounts on eBay or anything like that. Those are all against TOS. But other than that, they do mention misuse of chrono crystals can have a negative effect on other users' experiences as well. To prevent these issues from spreading, we'll be dealing with users who violate the terms of service seriously. Thank you all for understanding, yada yada. So, misuse of chrono crystals seems to mainly be alluding to the vendor situation, which is where again there's a lot of just different speculation as to like what the process is or whatever the case is. But long story short, you're able to buy the chrono crystals for a lot discounted rate basically, and it's not through the in-game store. You send your account somewhere else, whatever the case is. But also misuse, I don't want to just kind of leave it at that. It could be something as simple as you purchasing and then going in and then refunding your purchases. You're not supposed to do that. Like you could, I guess, if somebody made the purchase illegitimately, like maybe like if you're a parent or something and your kid plays the game, I don't know, you're supposed to monitor that stuff anyway. But if you were to refund that, I wouldn't blame you. But if you're somebody that goes in and literally refunds your purchases, then that's a misuse of chrono crystals, especially because they don't take away your stuff. In a situation with Don Machi Memoria Freeze, I did see when that game first came out that they were clamping down on vendors, and ultimately in that scenario, a lot of people got banned immediately, right? But what they did do, if you did get banned, at first they put you in a negative balance for your crystals as well. Like this game could do something like that too. I don't know, but yeah, this stuff goes really deep. Like,
That's that's absurd. Negative balance.
yeah,
Imagine
they put
logging
you at a
in.
negative balance, bro. That's crazy.
Imagine logging into your Legends account and you have negative 10,000 chrono crystals.
Stop, Chris. Trying to take it serious. Yeah. So this goes a lot of different ways. Like this whole situation, this is not new, and this is not going to be the last time Legends does this either. And I want to say this really quick because I know people are probably wondering. I'm not banned. Neither are my friends that do YouTube. Like, I don't know what it is. Is people seem to think that we all just sit here and use the discounted services. I don't have anything against people that do. And I myself did once upon a time in Dokkan, but it's been over a year since. And if that ever happens, then I'll accept that. But with this, I know for a fact that Nano, Rhyme, those guys have never done it. I've never done it on my Legends. Or various other accounts. Like I said, Don Machi, I play that game. There's a lot, right? If you are going to dabble in this stuff, you have to understand the ultimate consequence. Because it seems like people that have got banned, or even people that did it once upon a time, like a year ago. Like, I think Renzi, he was telling me that he had it done once, way back, when the game was new, and he still got banned.
I know somebody who was banned for using vendor services back on the original Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, the purple one, that banner back in October.
Yeah,
one time.
It doesn't matter. They are very strict with this. So if you choose to dabble in this, you have to understand the consequence. And since last night, like we said, we recorded this a second time, a lot of people have actually been banned for various things as well, it seems like. And I don't know how legitimate it is, people saying they haven't used discounted stones or whatever when they have or whatever. I don't know. But this is something you guys got to be aware of. This is a big deal, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I kind of went on a tangent there, my bad. But I had a lot to say. And I also had to defend my friends, man, because honestly, it gets out of hand the amount of like, oh, yeah, they're all doing this and that. Like, it's not. It's not true. They don't. Like I said, I've owned up to what I've done. I play a million gacha games, and I spend full price on every single one, all of them. But, like, my friends don't do anything. It's not, come on. Like, this is crazy. And a lot of people are coming for them, and I want to defend them too. But this whole situation, if you guys don't protect yourself by not delving into that, then I don't know what to say. And I don't want to discount. Also, I don't want to discount the fact that some people probably illegitimately did get banned. That's also a thing too.
No, I absolutely think that there are at least some people that did get banned falsely.
Yeah, I'm sure that at least some people did.
There are some accounts of people. I mean, I'm not saying that Japanese players have never been using illegitimate means to obtain currency, but I don't know of any Japanese players who've engaged in vendor services before. But I've seen a lot of them getting banned on Twitter, and a lot of them are very
last
upset.
Night there was none that had been banned, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was all today too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to talk about the whole Millcool situation.
Yeah, you can bring it up.
Yeah, so if you guys are aware, I'm sure a lot of you are, if you follow this game at all, but they just had the Showdown in Las Vegas event, and the winner was Millcool, and he was actually banned today. And he actually just tweeted.
Hold on, so I can't help but laugh at the thing you sent me. be a nice guy and share the joke, man. I'm not laughing at Millpool, but the joke was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So someone tweeted. Hold on, let me pull it up. It was like, "Oh, Millcool beats the producer," and then the producer just bans him.
That's a good one. Again, nothing against Millcool. Like I said, I don't want to see anybody lose their account, but that was a good one.
Yeah, he actually tweeted out that he had contacted directly, like the team there, to see if he can get his account back. So I imagine they'll give him his account back just because of. I don't imagine he did anything illegitimate.
Yeah.
So it's just cases like that where it's sort of strange. Like, why? What's the purpose for banning someone like that? And I think just that alone indicates to me that this whole process could have been automated in some way without too much supervision.
It probably was automated. Like, let's be honest. If you purchased on a vendor, they probably have various ways to detect that, whether being able to do refund detection or being able to track your IP, for example. Maybe you're in California or whatever, and then also you log in immediately with your game somewhere on the other side of the world. Like, that's obvious stuff, right? So, like, maybe they did that, or maybe they kind of pinpointed a specific IP address that had taken in a lot of accounts due to the process, like an actual vendor, because they take your transfer info. And like, oh, why does this IP have so many accounts? Let's just nuke all of them. They all seem suspicious. So like, I'm sure there is some level of automation to it. So definitely, I do think that there is some, again, plausible situations where people just were wrongfully banned. But this isn't the first time this has happened, and again, it's not going to be the last time. And also, I want to mention that this is so crazy. This is probably the biggest ban wave I think we've had in the Dragon Ball community for a while. At least
Yeah.
since, like, I think, what was that, around the 3 year anniversary, maybe 2.5, where they had the Dokkan one, that really big one.
Yeah, I think this is
That was
even
like
bigger.
May. That was like around like May or something, early 2017.
This is, from what I've seen, this is bigger, but they're comparable for sure.
Yeah, yeah. In that situation, I know for that situation, hopefully in this situation it's a little different, but I know for that situation, they were not giving accounts back. They did not care. They would not give the accounts back. You could contact them, they wouldn't give them back. So hopefully in this situation, if you were wrongfully banned, they'll work with you.
Yeah, I mean
but I
different
don't know.
companies, but you
Yeah,
never know.
different companies. So we'll see. But I mean, yeah, different company, but I mean, it's still Bandai.
Mhm.
And Bandai was the one that's getting hurt in the bottom line because of this whole process.
Yeah,
Well, I guess mainly Google, but whatever. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Do
Well,
you have anything else to really add to this?
I just want to say that again, I don't like seeing people lose their accounts for any reason, and it's unfortunate that this had to be like literally at the same time as the anniversary, which is supposed to be like the most exciting time to be playing the game. But you know, it is what it is, and I think it's important that everyone understands the risks associated with taking, you know, interacting with vendors or using third-party services to give give yourselves an unfair advantage in any way. And that's what it is at the end of the day. It is an unfair advantage because people, you know, spend their hard-earned money on crystals that, or whatever game you're playing, any currency that you obtain from the in-game store, and obtaining that in ways that you shouldn't be obtaining them. So just know
Yep.
that you're taking a risk whenever you're engaging in those actions.
And for future reference, the thing is, it doesn't matter if they don't ban you outright. They could come back and, as we mentioned earlier, ban you months later, year later, a
Yeah.
couple years later.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I know somebody who was banned from using vendors back in October.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. Like I said,
Yeah.
I think Renzi did it for the first couple of months, and then after that stopped, and it's just done. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They don't care.
I mean, there are people who have admitted to using vendors and are not banned, but why risk it is my philosophy.
Oh yeah, no. I'm really curious though, because we had a small wave a couple of days ago with some people getting banned, but it never really gained traction because not enough people did. But I will say I'm curious to see if there's going to be another wave. I don't know.
I imagine there will be periodic waves, you know, throughout X amount of time, just
Yeah.
because it if they're gonna ban me, like let's just say if I use vendors, like if they were gonna ban me, I'd rather they do it sooner rather than later.
Well, yeah, because you're just going to keep spending not knowing you're going to get banned.
Yeah, that just blows my mind that somebody was banned for using the service in October, and this is
Yeah.
now 8 months later.
That's crazy. I don't know, guys. Let us know what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, very, very touchy subject always when it comes to any of these games doing stuff like this. But just understand the risks. If you choose to do vendors, or you choose to do account transfers, or giving away accounts, or mods, or anything like that, just understand how it could ultimately end. So I'm not going to tell you not to do anything like that because, again, it's all up to you. It's your account. But just know the risks. So make sure you guys do check out Goresh as well. Link will be down below. And we'll catch all of you guys in the next one.